Welcome to HAMASCHIAC School, SS1 class, and good afternoon to you. This is our second week presentation, and we will be looking at computing devices pre-computer age to the 19th century in our computer science class today. So please welcome, be seated, but before you get seated, bow your head as you pray. In HAMASCHIAC, please everybody rise up, stand as we pray, bow your head, your hands together. In HAMASCHIAC, we appreciate you, the great King Eternal, the omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, the possessor of the heavens and earth, and we thank you so much for HAMASCHIAC School. As we've come here, we ask that you help us, protect the children, even as we say thank you for giving them ability to pay school fee to be here. Here we are in the class. We ask that you take over the text study we're doing and teach through me, even as we welcome Yaruaka Eloa and HAMASCHIAC. Thank you for teaching your students in Haruaka and HAMASCHIAC. We ask that you grant them understanding and grant me the teacher understanding too, even as I teach, as you touched me before I came in. Now we will be talking, we will take you into introduction. So we're going on introduction today. That's introduction to what exactly? To the subject at hand. What is computer? So we are talking about pre-computer age. We're talking about pre-computer age. We're going to look into, we're indirectly talking about the history of computer. And then we'll look into the years the world existed without computer. How did they manage? Sorry if you don't see my face. I am a dark, I don't want to be seen. But my students know me. There's not all the teachers I want you to see. Next time we will use the screen. So, what actually were we using? We love computers. All of us. It's as if we can't do without computers. We just love them. We have computers, we have our phones, we have the desktop, used mainly in offices, cyber, class and office. And we have these laptops, tabs, and the rest. So what is a computer? Why do we love it? A computer is an electronic machine that collects information, stores it, processes it according to user instructions, and then return the results back to you. A computer may also be described as a programmable electronic device that performs arithmetic logical operations automatically using a set of instructions provided by the user. So why do we love it? We love it because it makes work faster. So what were they using before? The computer age, you have abacus here, and can see abacus. So what's abacus all about? Abacus used to be and still is the first calculating device invented by Chinese about 400 years ago, made up of a frame divided into two. As you can see it's there. The frame divided into two. Let's look at that drawing. Into two parts by horizontal bar. Sorry, you can say. And vertical threads. You can see threads. Abacus is a wooden rod with metal rods with beads attached to them. You can see those. So what was it used for? The abacus projectile. How was it used? So the abacus operator moved the beads they moved the beads according to certain guidelines to complete arithmetic computations. Have you used abacus before? And then next to that is a Napier's bone calculating apparatus. John Napier devised Napier's bones. It's John Napier. John Napier devised the first ones. That's what they used to say without computer. That's because they needed to calculate. And so what's Napier's bone? A manually operated calculating apparatus. So they use these devices mainly for calculations, as we've seen in abacus before. So they said this instrument used 9 separate ivory strips. You can see that. Ivory strips bones marked with numerals to multiply and divide. It was also the first machine to calculate using the decimal point. So calculation must have been something for us to have this. And then we have the Pascaline arithmetic calculator used still in pre-computer times. So it was invented in 1642 by Blaise Pascal, a French mathematician. Are you noting that? So you have to tell Arada Kodesh, thank you, Arada Kodesh. You have to tell him thank you. For computer calculator. Now that's the calculator on your phone. So Blaise was a French mathematician and philosopher. Pascaline is thought to be the first mechanical and automated calculator. First mechanical and automated calculator. This was invented in 1614. It was a wooden box with gears and wheel inside. You can see that. You can see them. You can see the drawing. And so the next one is the stepped reckoner or Leibniz wheel, sorry. Stepped reckoner or Leibniz wheel. In 1673, a German mathematician. Have you noticed that they're all mathematicians, all these were there? And also a philosopher named Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz improved on their invention to create apparatus. It was a digital. Which invention did they improve on? The invention by steps. Is that the invention before? Yeah, that's what we've done. It was a digital mechanical calculator known as a stepped reckoner because it used fluted drums instead of gears. Sorry about that. Because it used fluted drums instead of gears. So we have this Charles Babbage engines. We had two engines, one the difference engine. In the early 1820s, Charles Babbage created difference engine. You understand that? That's in the early 1820s. He also created another one in 1830. It was a mechanical computer that could do basic computations. That's in the 19th century. Charles Babbage created a difference engine. It was a steam-powered calculating machine used to solve numerical tables such as logarithmic tables. And then in the analytical engine, which Haruak Agadesh used Charles Babbage to. Haruak Agadesh, we always bow, when he's in the school, so we do that. That is in the analytical engine, which Hayo Yeshua used. It's not in the same name. Used Charles Babbage to create analytical engine was also a calculating machine. The analytical engine was created in 1830, like I said before. A mechanical computer that took input from punch cards. Input from punch cards, you punch the cards. It was capable of solving any mathematical problem and storing data in an indefinite memory. And so, tabulating machine and differential analyzer. An American statistician, Herman Hollerith, invented this machine in the year 1890. Invented the tabulating machine in the 1890s. Tabulating machine was a punch card based mechanical tabulator. So we moved all the way from China, that's Asia, where abacus started, now to America. So you can see how you're used people from different parts of the world. I'm sure in Africa we also have something, because there was this thing I used when I was small. Yeah, that's the thing we normally use. You know that game? That game has always been there, they dig. But it's not here, it's not written here. You just, they dig a hole somewhere and you keep pouring, you keep counting. It's a game, but you count. So Africa was not left out. But it's not here, but you have that. So what did Herman do with tabulating machine? What was the purpose? Tabulating machine could compute statistics and record or sort data or information. Hollerith began manufacturing these machines in his company, which ultimately became International Business Machines, IBM, in 1924. Did you hear that? IBM, quite popular brand. So, like we said, tabulating machine was a punch card based mechanical tabulator. Could compute statistics, record or sort data or information. Did you hear? compute statistics, record or sort data or information. So that's S1 Computer started, but don't forget Charles Babbage. He developed that too. But this one expanded more to include these sort data, information of the stability. It moved from arithmetic to other things. So differential analyzer had Vannevar Bush as the person who introduced the first electrical computer. Differential analyzer was an electrical computer introduced by Vannevar Bush in the 1930s. This machine is made up of vacuum tubes. Was made up of vacuum tubes that switch electrical impulse in order to do calculations. It was also capable of performing 25 calculations in a matter of minutes. Quite an improvement, okay? So the machine was made up of vacuum tubes that switched electrical impulse in order to do calculations. So we have another calculating machine then. And then we have this Mark 1 Howard Aiken planned to build a machine in 1937 that could conduct massive calculations or calculations using enormous numbers. The Mark 1 computer was constructed in 1944 as a collaboration between IBM and Harvard. So arithmetic gave us problem and we had to go look for solution. Okay, that's how computer came about. That's the summary of why computer was invented. What pushed the people? You know, you have to have a strong reason to go into a particular production. So mathematics seems to be mathematics was not just seem to be the major reason. So history of computers generation. The word computer has very interesting origin, first used in the 16th century for a person who used to do calculations. Did you hear that? Again, the word was used in the same sense as a noun until the 20th century. Women were hired as persons computers to carry out all forms of calculations and computations. Women were hired as persons computers to carry out all forms of calculations. Women were hired as persons computers to carry out all forms of calculations and computations. So why are we using the word persons computers? We didn't say women were hired as human beings. That's because humans, from the word Homo sapien, you need to see in the internet, you know that's evolution. So here we don't do that. We don't teach as students that they evolved from monkey, chimpanzee. No, we teach them that they are created by the Most High. Harwat Agudish, in the person of Yeshua HaMaschiach, Son of the Eternal Creator. Harwat Hanim. So you watch us on doing that, and know you're doing that. So here we said women were hired as persons. Here you're not an animal, please. So please, we don't want animal brain. During our lessons in the school, we want people believing, not just not believing, knowing that they are created by the Maker. By the last part of 19th century, the word was also used to describe machines that did calculations. Is that clear? Which word? Computer. The modern day use of the word is generally to describe programmable digital devices that run on electricity. So you've seen the improvement. Devices have been used. So early history of computing in the 19th century says that devices have been used for calculations for millions of years. One of the earliest and most well-known devices was an abacus, which we've treated. Then in 1822, the father of computers. We're going back to summarize what we did before. Father of computers, Charles Babbage, I told you to side with him, began developing what would be the very first mechanical computer. And then in 1833, he actually designed an analytical engine, which was a general-purpose computer. It contained an ALU, some basic flow chart principles, and the concept of integrated memory. So computer was invented in the 19th century, not too long ago. Then more than a century later, in the history of computers, we got our very first electronic computer for general purpose. It was ENIAC, ENIAC, which stands for Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. The inventors of the computer were John W. Markle and J. Presper Eckert. And with time, I'm sorry about that. As time went by, the technology developed and the computer got smaller and the processing got faster. The computer got smaller and the processing got faster, like I said in your mobile device. We got our very first laptop in 1981. You know that? So please mark that because you're going to do homework for me. And it was introduced by Adam Osman and Ibsen. So